Hey, what's up, and welcome back to another build tutorial, where today I'm going to show you how to build your own Starbucks in Minecraft. The perfect place to grab a coffee and a sweet treat. And before I start this tutorial, I'd really appreciate a little smash on that like button, as it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But let's not waste any more time, and let's start building. Here are all the materials that you will need for this build. And the plot of land you will need is 23 by 26 blocks. First up, I'm just going to grab myself some light grey concrete to begin with. And if I just go to the front left corner over here, from this point, I'm just going to go across one block and then up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on that fourth block, I'm going to place one bit of light grey concrete like so. I'm then going to extend this point up so it's 5 blocks high in total. So adding another 4 blocks just on top there. Next up, I'm going to grab myself some green concrete. I'm just going to leave a gap of 6 and then place one there, and then building that up so it's 5 blocks high in total. Then I'm going to leave another gap of 6 and then doing the same thing. You should end up with 2 green pillars like that. And then going around, another gap of 6, doing the same thing. Just like so. And then I'm going to leave a final gap of 6, but this time I'm going to create a pillar using the grey concrete. So you should end up with something that looks like this. And sticking with the grey concrete, from this point I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks going across. And I'm just going to extend that up so it's the same height as the pillar. Like so there. And then going around to the back, from this point I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks going along just until it meets with the corner of our border there. And then I'm just going to extend this whole wall going up so it's level with everything else, which will give us a nice large grey wall like that. And then going around just there, from this point I'm just going to place loads of grey concrete going along to meet with this pillar here. And then I'm just going to extend this up to build another large wall. So again, making sure it is level with everything else. You should end up with something that looks like this. Next up, I'm then going to grab myself some polished deep slate. And I'm just going to fill in the gaps in between each of these hollow areas. Just like so here. Because that'll create as a guide for where all the floor's going to go. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself a black stained glass pane here. And with it, I'm just going to fill the first 3 windows. So that one, and this one over there. So I'm just going to fill each of these up with all the glass here. So that'll leave you with 3 large windows like that. And then for this section here, that's going to be the entrance. So for that, I'm just going to place 5 glass panes on each side to begin with. Just like so. And then I'm also going to grab myself a stone brick wall here. And I'm just going to place 1 pane going inwards on each side, followed by a stone brick wall on top of each pane, just like so there. And then I'm just going to add 3 on top. And that'll give us our entrance. And the next up, just where this brown border is that I showed you at the start, I'm just going to replace all of that with some smooth stone. So let's just replace that going all the way around here. Which will leave you with something that looks like this. And then just where any extra grass area is on the outside here, so this bit here, I'm just going to fill all of that in with this stone. So by the end, you should end up with something that looks like this. Next up, I'm just going to fill in the floor for the actual cafe here. So for that, returning to the polished deep slate, I'm just going to replace all of this grass with all of it here. And that will leave you with something that looks like this. Next up, going back to the light grey concrete, from this point just here, I'm just going to place 4 blocks going up like so. And then I'm just going to extend this whole bit going all the way around the whole building just until we end up where we started. So as you see, I'm just going to extend this all the way, going around like so. So following this whole wall here. So by the end, you'll end up with something that looks like this. So you should have a 4-block high wall going all the way around like so. Next up, I'm going to grab myself some grey concrete. And then just from this point here, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3 concrete going out like so. And I'm just going to extend this going all the way across. Just until I align the end of the building just there. And then once I've aligned with that wall, I'm just going to extend this by another 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like so. And then I'm just going to extend this whole section all the way to the back. Just until I'm 1 block away from the end here. So by the end, you should end up with this nice little bit of shelter at the front there. And the next, going back to the stone brick walls, from this corner just here, I'm just going to go diagonally in by 1, place a stone wall there, and extend that down to the bottom. Like so. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this other corner here. Next up, I'm going to grab myself a lantern. And then from this point, I'm just going to go across 1, 2 blocks. And then on that block, I'm going to place 1 lantern, like so. And then next, I'm going to count across from this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. And then on that 7th block, I'm going to place another lantern, like so. That'll give us 2 front lanterns. And then going around to the other side, from this point here, I'm going to count across 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And on that 4th block, placing another lantern. And then from this point, I'm going to count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. And then on that 7th block, placing another lantern. Just like so here. Next up, I'm going to grab myself some oak leaves. And then just from this point here, I'm just going to place a whole row going all the way along, just until I line up with the end of the building just there. Got a nice little front bush there. And then sticking with the oak leaves, if I just go to the right hand side here, just on this little bit of the wall here, I'm just going to place 30 leaves going along this wall in a completely random way. So you don't have to copy me exactly, you just got to place 30 leaves. So randomly, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now just see, just by placing them randomly, it adds a really nice kind of like organic bush design. But yeah, doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You should just have something similar. Next up for the Starbucks logo. So for that, you're going to need some green concrete. And I'm also going to need to grab myself some white concrete. So for this, firstly, starting from this middle point. So if we just align with this pillar here in the middle, if I just align with that just here, I'm just going to go up by 1 and I'll place a bit of white concrete there. And the next, I'm just going to place 1 bit of white concrete on either side of that bit of white concrete there. And the next, start going to this point just here, so diagonally up, I'm going to place another bit of white concrete. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And then switching to the green concrete, I'm going to place 1 bit on each side there, followed by some more white in the middle. And the next, I'm going to place 3 white concrete in a row in the middle, followed by 1 green on each end. And the next, I'm going to place 1 white concrete in the middle there, followed by 2 green concrete on each end. And then to finish the Starbucks logo off, I'm just going to add a green bit of concrete in the middle, followed by some white on each end there. And that'll give us our Starbucks logo. Next up, to fill in all of the roof. So for the roof, I'm just going to grab myself some more grey concrete there. And if I just go to any corner, I'm just going to go 1 block down, place a bit of grey concrete there. And I'm just going to fill this whole entire level with all of this concrete to complete the roof here. Next up, I'm going to add some air vents on top. So for that, I'm going to need some stone. I'm also going to need a rail and also some more stone brick walls here. If if I just go to the top left-hand corner on the roof here, just on this point, so one block in from the corner, I'm just going to place 4 stone like so. And then I'm going to leave a gap, place another 4 below it. Then I'm going to leave a gap on the right and place another 4. And then on top of each bit of stone, with these rails, I'm just going to place these in a circle. And as you see, that will create us a very cool fan design. And then next, for some vents, I've got some stone brick walls here. I'm just going to place one in the gap like that. And then one in the other gap. Followed by 2 coming out of this side. And then just 1 stone wall going downwards like that. But as you see, that will give us a cool kind of like vent system for the roof there. Next up, for some outdoor seating. So for this, I'm going to grab myself some spruce stairs, some spruce fences, and some spruce pressure plates. So for this, just starting from this point here, I'm just going to place 2 stairs like so. Then I'm going to leave a gap and place another 2 stairs. I'm going to leave a gap again. I'm just going to repeat what we've done another 4 times. Which should give us 5 lots of seats like so. And in between each of these chairs, I'm just going to place 2 spruce fences. Just like that. And to finish off, I'm just going to add 2 pressure plates on top of those fences. Which will complete the outdoor seating here. So with all the main exterior done, I can now start showing you how to do all of the interior. So first, as you see, it is quite dark, so I think it's time we light this place up. So for the lights, I'm going to grab myself a chain, a lantern, and also an iron trapdoor. So first up, if I just go to this corner just over here, I'm just going to count across 1, 2 blocks. I'm then going to count up another 3, so 1, 2, 3. On that block, I'm just going to place 1 chain, followed by a lantern like that. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 3, place another chain and lantern, gap of 3, place another chain and lantern. I'm just going to duplicate this row another 3 times, whilst leaving a gap of 3 in between. So I'm just going to leave a gap of 3 here, and then just duplicating what we just did. So all these lamps should be evenly distributed. Just like so. So as you see, that'll give us plenty of lights. And to finish these lights off, I'm just going to place an iron trapdoor underneath each lantern here. Which I think adds quite a nice modern light design. Just like so. And next up, I'm going to add some extra walls in here. So first up, I'm just going to grab myself some more light grey concrete. And then just from this point here, I'm just going to place 2 going out. And I'm just going to extend that all the way across, just until I meet with the other side. Just like so. And then for the back wall, next I'm going to grab myself some green concrete. And I'm going to use a technique known as Minecraft wallpapering, which is where you use other blocks to create different colours inside a building, so it makes it look a lot nicer. So for that, I've got some green concrete. I'm just going to place a whole row going across the bottom to begin with, just at the back wall here. I'm just going to extend that all the way up to cover this whole back wall, which will give us a nice fancy green wall here. You shouldn't end up with something that looks like this. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some smooth quartz. And from this point, I'm just going to place a whole row going across, just until I'm 1 block away from the wall just there. Because in that gap, I'm going to add a trapdoor and a lever, so staff can get in and out the kitchen area there. Next, I'm just going to add a little rug here, because now we're going to start decorating the kind of like seating area. So for that, firstly, I'm just going to grab myself some white carpet. And then from this point here, I'm just going to count across 1, 2, 3 blocks. On that block, I'm going to place one bit of white carpet there, followed by another 6 next to it. And then I'm just going to extend this row down by another 2 blocks, which should give us a nice carpet, like so. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some green wool. And then if I just go to this corner here, just there, I'm just going to place firstly one bit of green wool like so, followed by another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going across like that. And then I'm just going to heighten this by 1 more, followed by 1 bit of green wool on each end. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself a smooth quartz slab. I'm just going to place these in the middle there. And as you see, that'll give us a nice kind of like comfy seat. Next up, I'm then going to grab myself a piston and a redstone torch. And also some grey carpet. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to destroy every other block. Just like that. So destroying 4 blocks. I'm going to dig these down by 1 more. And then with the redstone torch, I'm just going to place 1 at the bottom of each gap there. And then I'm just going to add a piston on top. And these torches will power those pistons. Just like so there. Which will give us some nice tables. And to finish them off, adding some light grey carpet on top. And then I'm also going to grab myself a smooth quartz stair. For some extra chairs on the ends there. So I'll create the first major seating area. And then for some seats in the middle, just from this point here, I'm just going to go down by 1 and place a smooth quartz stair like that. I'm just going to place another 3 just going around. So you should create this kind of like circle of chairs like that. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 1 and just repeat that same thing. Like so. And then I'm going to dig down 2 blocks. Place a redstone torch just at the bottom of each area. And then with a piston, powering it by placing it on top of each torch there. And to finish off, some more carpet on top. And the next, I'm going to add some more comfy seats, which are going to go along here. So for that, going back to the green wool. From this point, I'm going to place 2 green wool like that. Build that up by another 2. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself another smooth quartz slab. And I'm just going to place 2 just there, leaving a gap. Placing another 2. Then I'm going to add another 4 green wool. And then I'm going to add another 2 smooth quartz slabs, leave a gap, another 2. And then finally adding just 4 green wool on the end there. And then doing the same table design, digging down 2 blocks. Like so. Placing the torches on the bottom. And then placing pistons on top. The tables there. And then we can finish them off by adding some light grey carpet. So that will pretty much complete the main seating area for the Starbucks. So next up for the main kitchen area. For this firstly, I'm going to grab myself some more smooth quartz to begin with. And then firstly, just on the end here, I'm going to place 1 bit of quartz like that. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 5 and place another bit of quartz. And in between, I'm going to grab myself some cauldrons. And I'm just going to place 5 like so there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself another black stained glass pane. I'm just going to place these going all the way around, just so they surround the cauldrons like that. That's going to be where all of the nice treats are going to be displayed. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some cake. I'm just going to place 2 cake just there. And the next, just on the end here, I'm going to grab myself some grey carpet. I'm just going to place 1 there, leave a gap, place another 1, leave a gap, and place another 1 on the end there. Then I'm going to grab myself a stone brick stair, followed by a spruce sign. And then I'm just going to place 2 stone mixers like that, with a spruce sign on the back, and that'll give us a nice kind of like teal design there. And the next for a menu board design, I'm going to grab myself a chain, and I'm also going to grab myself a hanging sign. For the menu, I'm just going to place 3 chains like so, leaving a gap in between each of them. And then with this hanging sign, I'm just going to place 1 underneath each chain. So for the first one, I'm going to put all the different coffees Starbucks sells. So I'm just going to do the most common ones here. So I don't know, cappuccino. Hopefully I'm spelling that right. Latte. Espresso. And a mocha, for example. Like that. And then on the middle sign, let's put hot chocolate. And then tea. And then on the end sign, let's put choc chip, cookies, and cake. Just like so there. Which will give us our menu here. And the next, adventuring into the actual kitchen itself. Firstly, I'm going to grab myself some more pistons. And I'm just going to place firstly 4 on the left hand side, followed by another 4 going into them on the right, which will give us a cool fridge design there. You've probably seen this many times if you followed a lot of my tutorials. I just love this design. And the next, I'm going to grab myself a light grey shulker box here. And I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes going all the way along like that. Some cabinets. And on the end here, it's going to have some food storage here. I'm going to get myself a barrel, and I'm just going to place 6 like so. And the next, I'm then going to get myself some item frames. I'm just going to place these in front of the barrels. And to fill them, I'm going to fill them with firstly 2 cocoa beans, and then some cake, and then some cookies like so there. And the next, for a little microwave design, I'm just going to grab myself an iron block, a stone button, a black stained glass block, also some iron trapdoors. So for the microwave design, I'm just going to place an iron block there, followed by some black stained glass, 2 iron trapdoors on top, and then finally a stone button for on and off switch. And the next, for some coffee machines, I'm going to grab myself a stone stair. And just from this point, I'm going to place 1 stair there, leave a gap, place another stair. Then I'm going to grab some more item frames and some cocoa beans here. Placing the item frames in front of each stair, followed by adding some cocoa beans. And then I'm going to grab myself a spruce pressure plate. I'm just going to add 1 underneath each bit there. And to finish off the kitchen counters there, I'm just going to grab myself some more grey carpet. I'm just going to place that in any of the gaps that we haven't put anything there, which will complete the main kitchen area. Next up, I'm going to show you how to create a mug banner design. So for that, you're firstly going to need 2 white banners, 10 green dye, and also 2 white dye. So I'm just going to show you how to do 1 banner, and then you can just duplicate what you've seen with the rest of the materials here. So first, I'm going to need a loom as well. So for the banner, firstly, I'm just going to put my white banner in and the green dye. I'm just going to choose this pattern to begin with. And the next, I'm then going to choose this circle. And then switching to the white dye, I'm going to choose this half stripe, like so. And then going back in with the green dye, I'm then going to choose the green border, just like that. And to finish off, I'm going to add a top stripe and also a bottom stripe, which will give us our coffee banner. So you just got to repeat that 1 more time with the rest of these ingredients. But then once you've got the banners, I'm just going to place 1 there and 1 there, just like so. So last but not least, I'm now going to show you how to add loads of lovely food into this Starbucks. So the first method I'm going to show you is going to be for those on Java Edition, and that's creative mode only. But for any of you that are on Bedrock or just playing in survival, I will show you another way. Firstly, for those in Java Edition and are on creative mode, I'm going to add loads of extra food by using some custom heads. So for that, you're going to need to give yourself a command block. So to do that, you're going to do /give @p and then command_block. Press enter and you'll be given a command block there. And the next up, if you head over to minecraftheads.com, this is where you can access all of these different heads. I'll put the link to the website in the description. So first, I'm going to get myself a cookie head. So to find the head, in this little search box here, I'm just going to type in cookie, which will give me loads of these different heads. You can pretty much choose any one you want. But the one I'm going to choose is, let me find it, the pile of cookies, which is this one here. If you can't find the head, you can just search for pile of cookies in that search box there. But as you see, here's the head. Now what you're going to do, you're just going to choose the version you're on. So for example, for me, it's the latest. And then I'm just going to copy it just there, and that'll copy this command. I'm going to place a command block down, paste in the command, and I'm going to grab myself a button. Then that'll activate the command block and give me a pile of cookies head. And I'm going to do the same thing, but this next time for a coffee mug. So I'm just going to type in coffee. I'm just going to choose this regular coffee just there. So again, I'm just going to copy that command. And if I head back into Minecraft, placing a command block down, placing that command in, and activating it, and that'll give us a coffee mug here. So with these heads, firstly, with these cookies, I'm just going to place all of these on top of these cauldrons here. For a nice cookie display there. And the next, with this coffee head, I'm just going to accessorize this area. So first, I'm just going to add a coffee head in the middle there. I'm also going to add another coffee underneath this machine. So I'm just going to shift and place that on the shulker box there. I'm also going to add one coffee on that table. I'm going to add another one on this middle one. Just like so there. So as you see, Starbucks is now full of lovely food. And the next, for those of you on Bedrock Edition or just playing in survival, the first thing you can do is grab some item frames and some cookies to begin with. And just where this display is, I'm just going to add item frames going along there. I'm just going to fill that with some cookies, just like so. And then for some coffee mugs, you can just grab yourself a flower pot and you can just place one underneath the coffee machine like so. As it looks like a nice mug of coffee there. I'm also going to add some more cups of coffee again on that table there, and also just on this table as well. But if you do want to get actual food in Bedrock Edition, there are some cool add-on packs that you can buy on the Minecraft Marketplace. One of the first packs I recommend looking into is the Celebration Food add-on. This adds so much cool food to Bedrock, and I think this pack includes stuff like donuts. So if you want donuts in your Starbucks, this is definitely something to check out. But yeah, I'll put the link to this in the description if any of you are interested. But yeah, with all the coffee and cookies added here, that is the Starbucks all complete. So I hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you are pleased with the final result. And as always, if you did enjoy this build, I'd really appreciate a little smash on the like button, as it really does help me out, and I highly appreciate it. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.